Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. So what are we doing today? Probably going to be trying to do some new cards for the enemies. We'll see how it goes. I created a third boss card, but I'm not really super happy with it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll redo it at some point, but we will see. I'll show it to you in just a second here. But before we get into it, I want to remind everyone that Alchemortis is available for wishlisting. It's a dark fantasy roguelite auto battler. So if that sounds interesting, definitely check that out on Steam. You can also join the Patreon to support the game financially. As a reminder, the top tier here, the sponsor tier, will reward you with a Alchemortis Steam key when it releases on Steam. So if you buy this tier or pay for this tier at any point during development, even for just 1 month, you will have an Alchemortis Steam key sent to you when the game launches on Steam, and you'll also have your name listed in the in-game credits. So you can kind of almost view this as like a Kickstarter reward kind of thing, where if you support the project, you will get not only a key, but you'll also get a special shout out, can't talk I guess, in the game itself. So definitely consider that. And of course, like I said, you could just purchase this for 1 month and get all these perks. But I would appreciate it if you would consider staying subscribed for multiple months, because it does help me pay for the music and the consultants and the marketing and stuff that I'm going to be doing. So that is much appreciated. You can also support me by purchasing one of my Udemy courses. These will teach you how to build complete games in the Godot engine. I've got 4 of them, so check those out. They're all linked below if you're interested in that. And of course, you can also support for free by joining the Discord and liking the video, subscribing to the channel, commenting on videos, all that good stuff. And of course, when the next public playtest goes live, playing the playtest build and leaving me your feedback. So all of that support is greatly appreciated as well. Okay. Hello, RN Genesis. Welcome. Always good to see you. Tiramisu, Chris, Personal Haiti, welcome back to all of you. Does anyone remember Tattletale? I haven't heard of that, no. I have not heard of it. Hello, Meep, welcome back. Ito Makes Games, good to see you, welcome back. We do be drawn art. Hello, High Law, yes, we're gonna try. Hello, V, welcome back, good to see you. Composer that I found through my devlog just made the first track. It's a total banger. I don't feel it's supposed to be my game because it's how good. Also, he's making it for free. That's awesome. Well, I would take that as a very generous gift and see if you can make the game around it. See if you can make the game live up to how good the track is. But that's really cool. Glad things are working out for you, Ito. I played Light Odyssey yesterday. I don't know what that is either. Man, am I out of the loop? I guess I'm out of the loop on a lot of things. Night Raven Games, welcome. Good morning to you. Unceasing game development, yes. JKHE. Good to see you. All right. Let me show you the boss. I'm not entirely like in love with the art for the boss. I think it's okay. It's just not my best work, so don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. I guess the game is going to load. Hold on. We're all going to sit here and patiently wait for Godot to do its thing. So I created this. This is the boss. This is Archangel Melzahel. This will be the first, the third boss. So the boss of the third region. And I don't have many abilities for this boss yet, but I did create a new holy status, which I'm actually not done with. So we're gonna have to wrap that up before we do any art. But there's a new holy status, and the holy status is it deals holy damage equal to the holy amount to the opponent whenever a card damages the affected board. So I don't know if that wording is correct. Basically, the way it's like an inverse bleed kind of. It's like a retaliation mechanic. So if you have holy on yourself and you get hit, the enemy is going to take damage equal to the amount of holy that you have on your board. So this Archangel is going to apply 4 holy. That means that anytime one of your cards directly damages the board, that's going to be like, it's like thorns basically. It's like thorns damage, right? You deal damage to the enemy and you take damage in return. So yeah, that's basically the parallel there. You could just basically think of holy as like a thorns mechanic from other games in the genre. I don't think this wording is super clear, so I'm going to have to think about rewording that a little bit, but I think that's okay. You like the Archangel? Glad to be able to catch a glimpse of the progress. Light Odyssey, Shadow of the Colossus Souls. Like, oh, gotcha. He just knows a Battlefield and League of Legends. Yeah. I mean, I do play the Souls games, the From Software Souls games. I haven't really enjoyed the non-From Software Souls games that much. I don't know, From Software just does it in that special magical way where it's just like, you know? It's like, imagine you have a double quarter pounder with cheese, right? And that, never mind, I'm not going to go there. Anyway. So yeah. We got to flesh out some more abilities for this dude, but also we need to, there's some things I need to do with the Holy here still. Let me see. Status container, status label placeholder. We need the Holy icon here. Holy icon. Holy status, holy icon. I already made the icon, I just haven't implemented it yet. So let's get that situated. That card looks awesome. Glad you like it, yeah. Armored Core is good. Lies of P, yeah, Lies of P is the one Souls-like that I played that's not a From Software Souls-like that I really enjoyed. I've actually played Lies of P multiple times. I haven't had an opportunity to play the DLC, but I've been wanting to do that at some point. But yeah, I really like Lies of P. Very much. Can only understand game critique and McDonald's terminology, right? Daily core, yeah. Imagine a double quarter pounder with cheese, but it's from Burger King. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. It's like definitely a downgrade. I mean, it's still like, if you're hungry, then it's probably still good, but if you had the opportunity, you'd just take the double quarter pounder from McDonald's instead of Burger King, right? Lies of P comes the closest, definitely. Yeah, and I feel like Lies of P is the most unique. Well, maybe not, I don't know. I don't know enough about the games in that genre to say that for sure, but it feels like when there's Souls-like games, they try a lot of times too hard to copy Dark Souls, but Lies of P does a lot different from the atmosphere to the mechanics, and it's still like brutal, but anyway. The one thing that I didn't like about Lies of P, the main critique I had is like almost every boss in the game has a second phase, which is just like, I feel like a second phase boss fight is like a gimmick that you should only do like once or twice, but when 90% of the bosses have a second phase, it's like, all right. Here I thought I was doing well, here I thought I had the fight down, and boom, another health bar, and I'm like, great. Great. Anyway. Spoiler alert, by the way. Retroactive spoiler alert. Alright, what else do I need to do? Holy icon, no outline, copy UID. I need to put this in my description utils. Private const string icon holy UID. We'll put that in there. Cool. So let's take a look at what that does. I learned Skeleton 2D completely from scratch last night. The editor needs work. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But how's it going? Is it going well with the Skeleton 2D stuff? Okay, so there's a little holy icon. It's basically just a little sun. At least that's what I was trying to do. Let's see if that looks good when I actually get into combat now. Again, this is an enemy faction boss. I've just put it in my inventory so I can test it. There we go, 5 holy. Very nice. Seems to be a little bit misaligned. I don't know, I'm gonna have to take a pass at those icons, but that's all right. So I kind of, for this card, what I was trying to do is model it after, you know, Archangel Michael is often depicted as like crushing a serpent. So kind of just borrowed that theme for this guy. Anyway. All right, we need to create some more enemy cards though, so I think that's what we're going to move into next. I think those holy icons are done. I don't think I need to do anything else. So, let's take a look at what we got in here. Holy status is done. Third boss is done. Okay. So we can start making some more enemy cards for the second and third regions. So like we can do, I think a Jester is a good one, a Paladin is a good one. This is done, so I'm going to remove this. Let's see. Foot Soldier would be a good one for the second region. Baker, Potato, Blacksmith, Night Watch, Enchanted Suit of Armor. That would be a cool one. Deer, Crossbow, Flail, Halberd, Pitchfork. Bones of a Saint, Food Ration, Edict, Golden Eagle, Tapestry. I think the Jester would be cool. Trying to think if I'm gonna... The thing is, too, I have a lot of... Let me run this. Run the card statistics tool. Let's see what we're lacking here. So the enemy card is in dire need of relic and alchemical cards. So let's maybe do... We could do Bones of a Saint here. Oh wait, this is actually not done. Okay. So we could do this. Bones of a Saint. Let's just try this one. Let's see how this goes. I think this one could either be... I almost want to make this a 1x1 card. There's not a whole lot of 1x1 cards for the enemy. So we'll make that a relic, I guess. And we'll see how it works. Card creation tool. We'll call this Saint Bones. We'll make it 1x1. Create. Then I should be able to go in here now. Assets. Card. Saint Bones. Oops, I opened the wrong one. Okay, new layer. Lock that one. Load a default palette. So I think what I'll do here is I'll just do... I can't believe the US menu doesn't have the Big Tasty. That's the McDonald's pick. Excuse me, sir. You have a hierarchy problem here. Definitionally, the US menu is the supreme one because McDonald's is an arm of US soft power. So there's like a chain of command to the McDonald's around the world. The US one is at the top of the chain. So sorry to say. The second phase gets boring. Yeah. Hello, I see Dev. Good morning. How do I tell her I want to go out with her? You just walk up and say it. Good morning, Ninja Link. Skeleton 2D is actually a lot more featured than I expected, but currently IK constraints only work in the editor, so it's only a tool to help animate in Blender. Oh, I see. That's interesting. That seems like quite a limitation, actually. There was a UI update I see since last I was here. Is there any trick how to scale this? I'm gonna keep, so if I ultimately end up supporting multiple resolutions, what I'm gonna do is keep the height. So the only thing that's going to vary on different screen sizes is the width, because the height can't change because I'm designing these drawers to be a certain height. So the other option is I'll just have like black bars on the screen. So even if you're like, if I ever release the game for mobile or whatever, it will just be a 16:9 ratio rectangle in the middle of the screen with the same proportions. So the proportionality is just going to be consistent regardless of screen size, I think, but we'll see. Oh yeah, V has better advice than me. Listen to V on this one. Hello, Faint. Happy streaming. Do you develop games as your independent main job, or do you work besides? I see a lot of people quitting their job after their game blew up. I do this full time. Games are not my main source of income. My main source of income right now is a combination of things: YouTube, Patreon, and the Udemy course sales. Also some residual continuous income from Gunforged. But yeah, I guess you could say game development as a general term is my full-time job, but it's not as if all the income is coming from sales of my games. Not yet, anyway. Hoping to change that with Alchemortis, but we'll see. And I didn't quit my job to do this. I worked for a startup that ran out of funding, so we were just kind of like naturally at the end of the road. There was no more money to pay me, so obviously I have no job. I don't work if I don't get paid, right? And I decided to take that opportunity to do this instead, and it turned out to actually be very, very good timing, because the hiring of software engineers has slowed down dramatically for the past year or two. So I'm basically just sitting this job market out right now. It's pretty nice, actually. I just found out that Hideo Kojima was here last weekend. I missed the opportunity to have my feet scanned. Uh-oh. Big Tasty is best in slot. All right, anyone that says that anything other than the double quarter pounder with cheese is the best in slot is getting banned, so careful. I'm kidding, of course, but welcome, Jahar, by the way. Okay, so card idea, Mercury Mirror, turns into the alchemization result of a third of the enemy's board. Interesting. That is an interesting one. Bit of random chaos. You're welcome, Night Raven Games. All right, let's do some bones. I think I'm just gonna do a very basic bone. I kind of wanted to... do like a pillow that it's resting on. I don't know if that's gonna work, but let's see. Let's just make it... What would be the word if you're trying to make something a square? You know, if you're trying to make something a circle, you make it circular. If you're trying to make something a square, would you just say squarular? I don't think that's true. Okay, the problem here is that I guess for a square you'd say make it rectangular, but that doesn't sound right, because while a square is a rectangle, it's a very specific type of rectangle, right? Oops.
every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
I've never heard the term best in slot before. It's very common, like a term in RPGs where you can get equipment, right? There's always that one item that's like best in slot for this class, right? Oh, okay, gotcha. The UK has fallen, given that Big Tasty isn't a staple. That's all I need to know. Here's a bone for reference, thank you. Inspects, yep, it's a bone. Not sure about its sanctitude, though. Okay. We'll see what we can do here. It doesn't need to be perfect. This is just a one-by-one little thing, so... I mean, that probably works. I don't need to be too fancy with it. I'd actually move this up here. Okay, I think that'll probably be all right. It looks roughly like a bone resting on some kind of cushion. It looks roughly like that, so we're going to need to be careful though here. Oh no, we're good. Okay, I think that's serviceable, it's fine. I don't need to spend too much time on this. We're gonna make this one really easy. Saint Bones, let's do this. We're gonna give it a relatively, ability explanations. Can be affected by critical modifiers. Is this the phrase that I'm using everywhere else? Yeah. Okay. Saint Bones. So we're probably going to want to give this an actual name. Finger bone of Saint. We got to come up with a name for the Saint. Turn cooldown, let's do 7. Is enemy, is flippable. Tags relic. We could also throw alchemical on there, just because. Minimum notoriety region. Let's do... Probably want to create more overlap for the playtest. This might be more appropriately only for the 3rd region, but in the interest of making more options available for the playtest with the limited card selection, I'm going to make it overlap with the 2nd region as well. We will give it a 10% critical chance, and then we will also go ahead and add Saint Bones. We're going to go ahead and add just like 1 holy here. Okay. I think that's basically it. We need to come up with a name. Sanctified. There you go. Door-to-door sanctification. Need to write my feedback for features to Godot for the skeleton 2D somehow. Do they have a feedback form or only GitHub issues? So there is a Godot proposals repository where they ask that people put their proposals for feature additions or changes there. I think that's probably the best. Like, if you want to write a detailed proposal about everything that's lacking and everything that needs to be added, that's probably the best place to do it. Of course, they're going to hound you about like searching the existing Godot proposals to make sure that there's not already one there, all that stuff. But I haven't really made a serious Godot proposal. That's just what I've seen. So, hello, Rin. Welcome back. Christopher is a popular one. That's a good one. All right, we'll go with that. I'll come up with the flavor text later. But let's go ahead and add this. I'll just do my due diligence. I'm fairly certain that, I mean, this system is pretty much down to a T, so there's like no room for error here, but we're gonna just go ahead and test it anyway. Shurima, can you stop? Oh my gosh, that cat just looked at me like I was an idiot. The sass coming off of that creature. Okay, so we got the finger bone of Saint Christopher. Cool. Let's just make sure that that works in combat, and then we can move on. That actually looks pretty good in game. It doesn't look bad at all. 2 grimoires, eh? All right, let's do this. Go over here. Let's just see if this works. Yep, it works. Oh, I'm just realizing now that I don't have holy damage here. So let me do that real quick. Let me make a note that I need to do the flavor text as well. I'm just going to add that. We're going to go to the board combat component. Hello, Kiwi Iwi. St. Christopher is the patron saint of safe travel. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Get the second syllable from your 3 top patrons and combine them for the angel's name. Well, the angel, I just made up a name with the help. I mean, I made up a name and then I said, hey, Chat GPT, does this sound like a normal name? Like, what would this translate to in Hebrew? I have no idea if that's true, but the Melzahel name that I made up, ChatGPT gave me like 3 different interpretations of it. One of them is the intercessor of God, which is pretty cool. But hopefully it doesn't mean like taco of God or something. That would be embarrassing. But I just made up the name and then I threw it into ChatGPT and said, hey, if you were to interpret this, what would it mean? So we'll see. Hello, Snupbill. Thank you for the IDR 10,000. Very much appreciate that. Always very generous. And Highlaw got the successful block on there. Welcome back, Snupbill. Thank you again. Very generous as always, and always great to have you here. Seems appropriate. Safe travel. Hello, Dragon Apple, just lurking. Welcome back. Yummers. Internet connections got me blocked. Uh-oh. So we've got damage holy here. Try create damage float. Damage type fire. Why do I have all these icon types everywhere? Okay. Holy. Create text float. Set icon. Icon type holy. Export private Texture 2D. Holy icon texture. Okay. We're gonna have to put that in there as well. Intercessor, the Games Workshop lawyers will be after you. Well, it's okay. I'm ready for them. You guys will support my legal bills, right? You guys can collectively give me $1 million, right? Okay. That should be it, but let me just see, make sure. Oh, I probably want to make it... Probably want to change the color as well. How do I do that? Damage type dot holy game constants dot color orange. That'll work. Okay, let's try it again. Sharima, come here. Do you want to go on stream? Do you want to go on stream, Sharima? Come here. Come here. Who's a good girl? Hi. Do you want to go on stream? Say hi. Oh, okay. She's squirming, which means let me go. Okay, goodbye. Well, there's on 38. 38 in chat right now, so that's 26,000 from each of us. Yeah, that's doable, right? Not amused cat, yeah. It's all right. Okay, let's see if this works. Cats are so funny, man. It's like you pick them up and then they squirm and then they go and just do nothing. They just like, I don't want to be held. And it's like, what do you have better to do? And in this case, she just ran and went and sat in an Amazon box. It's like, all right, enjoy your box, I guess. It's like, what do you have that's so important that you can't be held for 5 seconds? Anyway, cats are funny. Okay, that seems to be working. So the holy now has the icon and the color properly. Oh, you know what I probably should do? I should change the... Should I change the damage type dot physical to red, maybe? I wonder if that would look all right. Thanks, streamer. Your cat just gave us the curse of Ra. Really enjoying the game and planning on buying day one, but I feel like the dark colors in the map and BG will keep some people from purchasing. Do you have plans to make experiment with other colors available? So I haven't gotten, like, people who actually play the game don't think that the game is too dark. So I think it's going to be fine when it's in the hands of people. I think that the darkness of the game is probably going to be not so helpful for marketing, because if it comes across as too dark in video, then that's definitely going to be a problem. But as far as like other colors, I think I could offer some like brightness or contrast settings to make the game visually easier to see for people who maybe have a tough time with the darkness. But I think the biggest problem with the darkness of the game is just the marketing and how it comes across on video. But when you're actually playing it, there was like, I think one person who played the playtest said that it was too dark even on their device, but everyone else like thought it was fine. So that's something I have to figure out for sure. But as far as like, yeah, I could add brightness settings into the game. Color palette swaps, I don't know about that. I guess if I could find a palette that is like very similar but brighter with the same amount of colors, I could just do like a color palette swap shader on the whole screen. But yeah, I haven't figured that out yet. But welcome, Bite Size Pixels. Great to see you. Mine prefers curling up on the PS4 in the thinnest, most uncomfortable place. Yeah. The UI updates help with the dark feeling as well. That's good. Hello, Neozoid. Good morning to you. Okay. All right, let's move on and do another card now. What do we want to do next? So we've got a Jester, Paladin, Foot Soldier. Paladin would be cool. Enchanted Suit of Armor. We need more alchemical things. What are some, like... I almost think I could do, like, herbs for alchemy, you know? So we could do, like, sage or rosemary or basil. What does sage herb look like? I think, yeah, doing maybe some herbs for alchemical things would be appropriate. Maybe we'll just do that really quick, because I do need to fill out the alchemical. I do need to fill out the alchemical cards of the faction. So maybe we'll do that. Okay. This shouldn't take too long either. So we got to think of an ability that we want to have for the sage as well. What does it look like if it's dried? Okay, so it's got a bunch of leaves coming off of the stalks here. Here we go. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. So maybe we'll just copy that, basically. Let me throw this up on the other side of the screen here. I'm running out of screen real estate. Oh my gosh. Do I need a third monitor? Hello, Dione. Welcome back. Do something with division. Like math division? Palette swap for color blindness would probably be nice. Don't worry about it looking like crap. We colorblind people don't get to enjoy the intended vision anyway. Herbs and animal parts would fit the theme. How about a trinity of gold, frankincense, and myrrh? That's a good idea. Frog's leg and rabbit foot. Oh yeah, rabbit foot is a good one. Surprised you don't have 5 monitors. Yeah. 2 is alright. I think 3 would be useful sometimes, but I think for the most part 3 would be probably too much. Oh, that looks all right. Why not? I guess it doesn't need to be more complex than that. Can maybe add just a couple of highlights on here. I wonder if... I wonder if I should do another color in here. Maybe I'll make this one darker back here. I think it looks fine. I don't want to go overboard with it. I think that works, right? Anything that's overly complicated will stun you for 1+ hours. Yeah, I could definitely do something like that. I was once 3 is too much, but actually handy. You just turn it off for scoot it away if you can. I think if I got a third monitor, the thing is I have my computer sitting on my desktop on the right hand side, which is an anti-cat mechanism because I don't want them sitting on my PC. And then I've got the main monitor straight ahead, and then I've got this other monitor off to my left. So if I did a third monitor, I'd almost need it like mounted on the wall above the main one or off to the side here. Do I even have, I think I have 3 display ports. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to get another monitor. I don't have the money for that. It's all right. It's all right. I'll make do. Really, the only time where it's useful is like if I'm streaming, when I'm streaming. I only write books, but still use 3 occasionally. I could see it being useful for writing books. You've got like your main writing up on one monitor and then a couple of research monitors open. Coding on one, docs on the other, and a nice show on the third. I've got a constant neck pain from having 2 ultra-wide monitors side by side. Too lazy to do anything about it. My other monitors all have computers attached to them as well. I use the max ability to use the other machine monitors on another. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, we can probably save this. That's probably good. What ability should we give the Sage now? So let's actually fill out this Sage. We'll make this available in every region. Let's do 8 for the turn cooldown. Is enemy is flippable. This is a alchemical 1. What do we want the Sage to do? I have 3, but that's because of a display pen tablet, so it's cheating. Oh, yeah. A really nice flavor to the fight. Oh, yeah. That's an interesting one. For flavor text, kind of. Let me think. What do we want to do? What abilities should the Sage have? I kind of want to do something interesting. I want to do something interesting with the Sage. I just don't know. I mean, heal might be a good one. The enemy already has a lot of healing abilities, though. Maybe making it scale off of other alchemical cards in some way. Sage is used for bloating, sore throat, cognitive support. Some ideas there. It's good ideas. Hurt Wolf. Hello, Sam Studio. Heal, negate bleeding. Maybe a % damage shield. I feel like I missed a lot in the past couple streams. Yeah, we're working. We're moving forward. Halves damage taken from the Department of Transportation for several turns. I don't know how many defensive mechanics you have. I have shield, healing. Shield, healing. I mean, those are basically the 2. Yeah. But yeah, having damage taken from damage over time. I mean, it could just like purge, like it could maybe purge a status effect. Removes a percentage of poison stacks. Yeah, maybe an anti-poison mechanism could be cool. doing my best Neozoid impersonation today. Welcome, Asymmetrics. Good to see you. Or no, or not the Department of Transportation. Massive damage. Let me think. Maybe anti-poison would be good. I'm just wondering how that would function, because this has a turn cooldown, so what is it? When it executes, it just removes any poison stacks. That might be too strong, though, for like a 1/1 card. It could reduce the amount of poison stacks, I guess. Another indirect way of countering poison is it could heal based on the amount of poison damage taken. Maybe that would be a good way to counter it. So it just kind of like counteracts the poison damage instead of removing the poison, because that would be very strong. It probably wouldn't be based on total poison damage either, because if the board was stacked with like 4 sages, you basically wouldn't be able to do poison damage to it. So I'm thinking maybe it could like heal 1 per every time poison was applied since the last turn. Maybe we can do something like that. So var composed is equal to new composed ability. This is going to be a little bit tricky, I think. Ability builder, ability configuration, abilities, scaling func. Actually, I can look at my phylactery and see what that's doing. Poison tracker. We can just take this. This is an I ability value provider. Tracked execution count. Okay, oops. So I think this needs to go in here. Poison tracker. Var heal is equal to new dynamic magnitude ability. Value provider. Let's do a new value scaler is equal to new value scaler. Source provider is poison tracker. Value scaler dot set multiplier 1. Const float base multiplier is equal to 1. Put this in here instead. Heal is equal to value scaler new heal 0. Okay, so we're going to want to put the heal in there. The scaling function, var scaler is equal to ability scalars.make float additive scalar 1. Value scalar.set multiplier, scalar base multiplier tier. And then the description function. Does this reset? Let's see. Reset state. Where is this called? Oh, this is a transient state. Reset all ability states. Where's this called? Oops. Reset transient state post cooldown. Okay, I'm just going to assume that that works the way it's supposed to. So we're going to do heal, value scaler, get multiplier.
Hey, get down.
For each time opponent applied poison since last execution. Something like that. Then we put the composed ability in here. This is going to be a difficult one to test because none of the enemy cards can apply poison. How am I going to test this? Well, we can do a training dummy test, I guess. Oops. Generate test map, training dummy, Sage. Let's modify the training dummy. And let's just do ability builder poison again. So we should be healing 2. Let's run the game. Anti-inflammatory, sell Sage to get 1 bag slot. Reduce the poison stacks and heal for that amount. Yeah, we could do something like that too. Reduce poison by 1 could work. Funk's back on the menu. Only 1 Sage could act at a time until it absorbs a certain amount of damage over time. After that, it expires, the next Sage triggers, maybe. My favorite kind of status effects are the kind that have both positive and negative effects. Could modify the wave function collapse to limit it to like 3 Sages on the board. I mean, if it's too strong. Yeah, I could do that. I'm trying not to make it so that I need to add a bunch of like very specific card conditionals in the wave function collapse. Well, let's see. So this is going to apply 2 poison and I should heal 2. There we go. It worked. Oh, 4? It's healing 6. Oh, it's not resetting the state. Why is it not resetting the state? Poison tracker. Why is this not working? Why is that not working? Let's see. Base card. Reset state. Transient execution state. Oh, So the problem here, let's see. Transient execution state. I think I need to modify my ability tracker. High transient execution state. Reset transient state post execution, post cooldown. Implement interface. Okay. Private bool. Reset after. This is kind of unfortunate, but let's see. If reset post cooldown, reset state. Probably have to do something like that. And then in the Sage here, ability tracker. I don't like this, but we'll just do that. I need to rework the ability tracker. I gotta rework these abilities. Shouldn't be too difficult, but that's right. All right, let's see if that works. We finally achieved peace in the Middle East and you bring up wave function collapse? Seriously. Is Bone Dragon no longer a thing? Will you add it? Yeah, I'll add it. I just gotta get to that point, that's all. I'll get to that point. I have a lot of cards that I need to add. The Puny Sage took down the Mighty Ability Tracker. Yeah, it's just the oddities of how this works. So that heals 2. Healing 2 again. Healing 2 again. It should heal 4 now, I think. Oh, no. I don't know, maybe the turn cooldowns are not at the point where it can... Oh, 4? No, what the heck? Let me just make this Sage cooldown longer. What is the Training Dummies cooldown? Actually, maybe I'll just reduce the Training Dummies cooldown. 3. So the Training Dummy should execute twice before the Sage goes. I want to see that that increases the... it increases the healing. So this should do... That's 4 applications and it healed 4. Okay. And it healed 6 that time. Okay, good. Cool. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have holy stuff in the combat log either. Okay. I think it's good though. We will call that done. All right, already 2 cards down for the enemy. Let's take a look at the wave function collapse. There, I said it. Board configuration editor. Is that big card the next boss? It is, yes. It is indeed. Archangel Melzahel. So we're getting a library of enemy cards coming up here. There was a Sage there. There's another Sage there. And then let's do 2. Yeah, definitely going to need some more thematic cards for the third region here, but Seems to be working. Cool. All right, let's figure out another one we should do. Crossbow would be a good one. We need more relics and more alchemical things, though. What could be a good alchemical thing? Potatoes would be alchemical. Let me see here. I mean, the Jester would be kind of fun to do. Kind of funny that you go from fighting the Mayor straight to an Archangel. Well, it's the Mayor is the first boss. There's a card called Marshal Holt, which is the second boss, and then the third boss is the Archangel. But welcome to Sky One. Potatoes are hella alchemical, yeah. I think a Jester would be cool, Paladin would be cool, Foot Soldier. I'm just trying to think of stuff that could be alchemical as well. Aside from like herbs and other crops and whatnot. Although maybe it's fine that it's just like herbs and crops. So that's definitely thematic. Golden Eagle statue. I actually have that written down, yeah. Another first zone enemy town crier, yeah. Holy water, yep. I already have unholy water. I thought the angel was straight after the Mayor. No, yeah, it's the very last boss. Best friends with the village idiot. What kind of creature is the second boss? The second boss is a human, Marshal Holt. Let's see, boss commander. This is him here. So he's just like a super armored knight guy, basically. Being they make vodka mostly from potatoes, maybe reduces chance to hit. Okay. Be awesome if all the boss cards had a legendary prefix to make them stand out and strike fear into the player. They do, yeah, they do. Just not when they're in the player inventory. They only get the legendary prefix when they're placed with the game's algorithm. Okay. So yeah, these are the options here. I just need more alchemical ideas. I guess I could just do more crops and stuff, but I forgot, is the pumpkin patch alchemical? It should be. Yeah. Need more relics, need more alchemicals, but I don't know, maybe we need more ritual items too, probably. Oh no, the enemy has 10 ritual cards. Okay, that's fine. Must have missed that, yeah. Do you have an incantation bowl? No, I don't. Grapes, yeah, that's a good one. Alchemical for the village faction, yeah. For the human faction. For sacrament wine, that's a good one. More herbs and maybe creature parts. Frog leg and rabbit foot. Yeah, right. Rabbit foot. Rabbit foot. I kind of want to do the Jester, though. I don't know if I'm going to make a fool of myself trying to draw this, but we're going to try it. So when I get back, we'll do the Jester. The Jester doesn't fit in either alchemical or or relic, but I think the Jester could probably be a ritual card as well as a minion. So maybe we'll do that. We got to figure out what size we want the Jester to be. We don't have any like 1x3 cards, or many of them anyway. All right, we'll figure that out when I get back, but I'm going to take a quick... Yeah, I got you, this guy one. What about the relic being an ornate chest? I kind of already have a reliquary, so it kind of already fits that. Dagger of Purity. Grandfather Clock. Oh, a Grandfather Clock would be cool. Vine for a 1x3 vertical. That's cool. Communion Wafer card. Okay. I think I'll do the Jester, though. These are all good ideas, but we'll do the Jester, and then when I get back. So I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break, and we will figure out what to do with that guy. So, BRB. All right, I'm back. Jester is a 90-degree flipped T shape with his huge nose protruding to the side. Interesting. I vote for something with an sideways T. I was mostly thinking about drawing the Jester like with a lot of his body and doing like a weird dance kind of thing. Do we want to do a different card shape for that? Let's see. Let's see here. So 1x3 is probably not going to be big enough. 2x2 would work. 2x3 would work, but it would be a very big card. We've got a T shape here. We could do a sideways T shape. I'm just trying to think. I mean, that could work. I'm just trying to think what it would look like. Sideways T could work. Hello, Artem. Love to see the progress. Can't wait to be back to the coursework work. Oh no. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the course though. I'm trying to think. Do I want to do a sideways T shape? Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just make him smaller than I originally thought. Maybe just do like a 1x2. Maybe I'll just do a 1x2. I'll keep it simple for now. I do want to do a sideways T shape at some point. I just don't think the Jester is the best card to do that. Oh, I hope that worked. Here we go. All right, let's see. Did you see the Godot shader video course from Cashew? Seems to be fun. I did not see that, no. I did not see that. So I'm just going to start by drawing the feet, or the legs rather. This leg can just kind of go off screen, I think, or off card. I don't know, we'll figure it out. It's probably not the best yet. Okay, hold on. Let's not do that yet. Let's do something like this. We're just doodling. We're just doodling. Okay. We will figure all this out here. So of course we need his funny hat, his funny jester hat. It's like yeah, we'll clean all this up in a second here. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. I kind of want this to be... Trying to make his leg just go like up that way. Don't know if it's gonna work, but... Maybe we'll figure out the leg in a second. Okay. Maybe we could just do something simple. It doesn't need to be super complicated. Oops. That could work. Okay. All right. What do you make it today? Right now we're doing a jester. The Dancing Fools, Courts Jester combined to create Gemini Troop. That'd be an interesting one. Show his raised knee and foot going vertical. Maybe. I thought about that. I think that's going to be kind of tough, though. We can try that. That might work. No. I don't think I have the skill to do that. Because I'm going to have to like draw the shoe facing the viewer and everything. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again later. This shoe might be a little bit too big as well. There we go. That looks better. You might need to think about the pose first. What do you think I'm doing, Dragon Apple? I am currently working on the pose. All right, let's see. I think it looks okay. Inverted L shape. I have a like that. Don't most of them clip off though? Yeah, I already have a bunch of characters that clip off of the thing. It is I think it is impossible to fit. I think that's right. It is impossible to fit every element of a character. Like, the important thing is we got to give the impression of the character. Also, I do think it looks a little bit more organic if they're not like perfectly fit inside. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like you're getting a little snapshot of them. If they're not fit perfectly, it's like they're more lively if they're not like sterilely and surgically fit, so that you can see every element of them. I do like it stylistically when they don't necessarily fit entirely. Maybe that'll work, I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure out what to do with that leg. I still don't like that leg down there. Maybe I can modify it a little bit, but I'm kind of curious to see what it would look like if I start adding some colors in here. So I do want to do like a little belt here. Little belt. And then I think it would make sense for... I'm just going to start doing some random things here. Oops. And then do this. Just trying to make him a little bit colorful, that's all. I need to fix this up a little bit. That's all right. Maybe this just needs to be... Just needs to be like that. For this, we can definitely make this like... Let's see. Red there. Might just keep his legs that one color. That works. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to get these colors to work together, to make them multicolored. I think it's gonna be a little bit tricksy, but we're gonna definitely try it, see what we can get to work. We'll see what we can get to work. Yeah, I think these colors, these are going to be kind of difficult. Maybe I'll just make these all red too. I don't know. Trying to get the colors of this palette, like the blues and the purples, to work with the reds and oranges is kind of hard. At least for me. Yeah. When clipped, you can use your imagination to fill in the details. Definitely looks like someone who jests. Dude looks like a total clown. Hello, Blair William. Welcome. I think it's getting there. It's just... gonna be a little bit difficult, I think. That's all. Just gonna be a little bit difficult, I think. The one who jests. I need to just put... a little bit of space there. What if I should just... yeah, maybe that looks better. I think it's getting there. I think it's getting there. Okay, now for his dumb face. Gotta get his dumb face looking good. How many mults it gives? I don't know. Red Nose Day. Hello, Pragyan. Welcome back. Good to see you. Now, the tricky part is going to be... I always have trouble with this. The faces. I don't really have a mouth. Room for a mouth, I mean. I should just not draw anything with a face. Maybe we'll just give him a little mustache. Make him look super dumb. Let me look at how I did my villager. Card, villager. Okay, he's got just like little black dot eyes as well. Oops. Maybe that works. It looks respectable, I think. I don't know if it's the best thing that I've ever done, but I think it looks respectable, like I said. Flip him vertically. I don't know about that. I mean, it kind of is interesting though. Flipped vertically. It looks like he's doing a handstand. Wow. Should we keep the vertical? Wow. Vertical actually looks kind of good. That is genius, asymmetrics. Hello, Clickertail. Vertical looks kind of interesting. Yeah, I think it is too. Should we just keep it vertical? He is a jester. What's interesting about this is that this looks much more like a handstand or cartwheel pose than this looks like a dancing pose. It almost looked like it looks like he's mid cartwheel or handstand or something. Yeah, I think we'll keep it vertical. That's brilliant. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Let's do it. How does it look horizontal flip? It's going to be horizontally flipped when it's on the enemy board. So I'm drawing all the cards facing to the right, and then depending on their configuration, they can be flipped. They can be flipped horizontally to face the player board. Always here to help, yeah. Is there a way to playtest to people who do not know who the creator is? At this point, no, because basically all my marketing is going to people who follow my work. I'm sure I could hire somebody to like distribute the playtest, but I think it's okay. I'll figure that out. Probably we'll want to do that for one of the future playtests, I'm sure, but okay. That's great. Now we need to come up with an ability for the Jester. Here's that is flippable flag I was talking about. Let's make this guy a ritual and a minion. Okay, minimum notoriety region 1 and 2. What should we have the Jester do? I'm thinking like just some basic damage, maybe with some interesting spin on it. I'd give a Jester as cringe or funny, but you lose HP with laughter. There's a Steam key on the last lesson for every $5 Udemy course if you didn't know. That's actually not true, so don't buy the Udemy course if you're expecting that, but I appreciate the joke, Artem. Did the meeting with the publisher go anywhere? I haven't heard anything from them, so I'm assuming that it's not going to go anywhere. So there's only two reasons why they wouldn't get back to me when they said they would. Either they're not interested at all and they don't want to spend the time saying we're not interested, or maybe they are interested and they're just trying to figure out for sure if they want to work with me. I'm assuming the first option is true though, that they're just like, they said no immediately and they just never followed up because they moved on to other things. All good, Artem. Anyway, so what should we do with the Jester? I think the Jester should do some basic damage, but maybe... I think it would be cool if it like provided a buff to minions. So let's do this. Ability builder dot damage. Let's just give him like 5 damage. And then maybe a buff. Be kind of interesting if the Jester could paralyze its own. It would be interesting if the Jester could paralyze one of its own minions, but then gain some kind of bonus based off of that. So it's almost like, you know, they're distracted by the show, the clown, you know? So if the Jester had an ability to paralyze one of its own minions, but then could gain some kind of bonus from that. Could be something as simple as like 100% crit chance if there's a paralyzed enemy. What do you think about that? It shows a crying, laughing emoji while it takes 1 HP every second. Greatest idea ever. I feel like people hold back a lot less when they don't know when the creator is someone else they like. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Maybe the minion doesn't attack for X turns, but when it resumes, it does a mega hit. Oh, the paralyzed minion? Or the Jester? So maybe, yeah, maybe the Jester could just like paralyze a minion for a couple of turns, and then when the minion resumes, that minion has a 100% crit chance. So it's kind of like a debuff buff, right? So the Jester paralyzes an enemy or an allied minion for X amount of turns, and then that minion also gets a 100% crit Jeff. Crit Jeff? Why the hell? Crit Jeff? What am I even doing with my life? I like that idea. I like the self-paralyze idea. Morale boost by the show, that's a cool idea. I think I like that. So the Jester can apply paralysis to an allied minion, as well as like a 100% crit chance buff to that minion. All right, let's do that. Now the question is, how do I do this? How do you spell it? Crit Jeff? Yeah. Hello, my name is Jeff. Crit Jeff. Okay. I think I need this. Query target provider equals. Okay, hold on. I gotta do something really quick. Actually, give me just a quick 3-minute break. I need to take a bio break. Sorry, TMI. But we are going to finish this Jester before the stream ends. So I'll be right back and we will finish that up. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, BRB, 3 minutes. Hello, everybody. Your favorite niche internet micro celebrity is back. All right, let's see. I just crack myself up every time I say that. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks I'm funny. It's okay. Oh. Can I select a random? Yeah, final to take. So query options, query target provider dot query options dot tag filter is equal to card tag dot minion. Query target provider final order by random true, final to take is 1. Query target provider dot query options dot query directions is equal to board inventory component dot query directions dot entire board. Cool. Okay, so we need a var paralysis applicator equals debuff. What did I call this? Buff applicator. New buff applicator. Query target provider. New paralysis debuff 4. Let's do maybe 5. var buff critical applicator is equal to new buff applicator critical chance buff. The duration is 1. The buff amount is 1. Return new ability builder dot ability configuration. Abilities is equal to, I need to put query target provider there as well as the paralysis applicator and the critical applicator. Okay. Scaling function, we'll have to figure that out. And description, we'll also figure that out. Description func. Okay. Alrighty. I think that's it, and then I can do this. Put the composed there. Maybe we'll list it first. Oops. Okay, so is that going to work the way I think it is? Get cached targets. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's it, maybe. So now we need to come up with a scaling function. I guess we could just make it not scale at all, but maybe... Yeah, maybe we just won't do any scaling on this ability. That's fine. Apply. Let's do this. Paralyze a random allied minion card for 5 turns. Let's just do this. Const int paralysis duration. Maybe we can make the duration go down with the tier. Let's do base Paralysis duration. Bar value scalar is equal to new value scalar. Value scalar dot set. Oh wait, maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I don't need to do that. Base paralysis duration, and then in here, var scalar is equal to ability scalars dot make additive scalar -1. Paralysis duration is equal to scalar base paralysis duration tier. Paralysis duration, let's just clamp this to be sure. mathf.clamp. We want to clamp this 0 and... Oh, actually, we don't need to do this. We can do mathf.max. Oh. 1. Okay. Paralyze a random allied minion card for paralysis turns and buff its critical chance by 100% for 1 execution. Okay. Is that going to work? Let's figure it out. Project settings, Jester here. All right, let's see. Hello, Gregory. One question, what plugin do you use on Godot to highlight the folder colors? It's not a plugin, it's just built into Godot, yeah. You can right-click it, and it's saved in a project file. I believe so, yes, I believe so. I think it's project-based. Thanks for joining, Rin. Great to see you, as always. What if the minion was paralyzed for like 8 turns, but the number of turns goes down over upgrades? Oh, yeah, yeah. We're on the same wavelength. Oh, I forgot to I forgot to configure the Jester correctly. He's fallen through his little frame here. Okay, I forgot to do this. Let's see, 1 by 2. There we go. Okay. That Jester looks so good upside down. All right, let's try it. So if I do this, so now this should have critical chance increased by 100%. So that's going to be paralyzed for a while, but then when it comes back, it's going to slap. Oh, but it's getting paralyzed multiple times. Oh, no. Okay, I probably need to filter this as well. Query target provider dot query options dot custom filter is equal to card, not card dot has dis card. This is a base card, right? Has disabling. Has turn. It's card buff container. Buff container dot has turn disabling debuff. So I want to filter out any cards that are currently paralyzed, although, yeah, I guess that's fine. So it could get paralyzed multiple times, but I don't think there's a good way around that. So it's just going to have 2 100% critical chance buffs, which is going to be fine because I do want to do something with the critical, like if the critical chance goes over 100%, I want to just make that add to your damage or add to its damage. So this is going to get paralyzed several times, but then it should crit. 6, yeah, it did 6 damage. Okay, it's working though. That looks so good flipped. That was a stroke of genius, asymmetrics. Set explanation. Why was that? Why is there a bug here? Maybe there's an idea for a mob that breaks out of its frame. Maybe. It'd probably mess up a whole lot of logic though. Well, that was just a visual thing. The logic was still intact. So I could definitely make a card that like bleeds out of its frame a little bit. That might be interesting. I wonder why that was breaking. Oh, interesting. Why is this Jester legendary? Something's very wrong. Object reference not set to an instance of object. Okay, let's do this. I just gotta fix this issue now. Attach to process. Godot. Now when I click this again, it should break. Explanation is null. Why is it null? Let's follow this. Explained ability types. It has null in here. Why is that happening? Get explanations. It's with the Jester specifically. Buff factory get ability explanation. Oh, it can return null here. Because the critical chance buff. I guess it doesn't have a... Yeah, okay. So... It does do the null check there. So it's the buff applicator that's the problem here. I think what I'll do is I'll just do this. Let's just do this. var explanation. Get ability explanation. If explanation equals null, return that. What in the heck is going on? Maybe we can just simplify this. Return explanation not equal to null. Okay. That should fix that. Just make sure that that's the case. Hello, Waffle Maker. Excuse me. Good to see you. And like Megabonk, you can crit the crit. Oh, interesting. Critting the crit is an interesting idea. So maybe it just, for every percentage after the first 100, it does another crit chance and it can multiply it again. That would work. Isn't the damage keyword supposed to be in the inspector? Or would love to experience making a game like this, but man, handling grids is so confusing. Yeah, it can be. It can be very confusing. So the damage keyword is supposed to be in the inspector. Yeah, it's here. I don't know what you're referring to, Ninja Link. Do you reckon an inverted V-shape icon for tier would be nice? Inverted V. Kept thinking it was a swirly poop emoji. Well, that's the second comment I've gotten that it looks like a poop emoji. I guess I just don't see it. Maybe make the current one with a gradient color. Game looks so good. Thank you, Brando. I'll probably adjust that at some point. Am I getting any errors now? I'm not. Okay, good. Cool. All right. I think the Jester is done. Okay, that's going to be it for the stream today. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for being here. Very much appreciate it. I put what I was referring to in Discord when it was breaking. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll check that out after the stream is over here. So yeah, that's it for the stream today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. It was a lot of fun. We got a lot done. I'm going to be spending the next couple weeks just making as many cards as I can, just because I want to fill out the content a lot more. But you can wishlist Alchemortis on Steam. It's the first link. It's the first line in the description below. You can also join the Patreon if you'd like to financially support the project. It helps me out greatly. And again, the top tier here will get you an Alchemortis Steam key when the game launches, as well as your name in the in-game Alchemortis credits. So that's a little bit of perks for, donating this $15 US. And of course, I hope you stay subscribed, because the ongoing revenue will help me hire some people that I want to hire. But you can just subscribe to this for 1 month only and you will get all those perks here. So at least the Alchemortis related perks. You can't, all these other ones will fall off after your subscription's over, but these ones are locked in. So the Alchemortis related ones are guaranteed to you if you subscribe for 1 month. So definitely consider that. You can also join the Discord. The link for that is in the description below, so hope to see you there. Have a good day, everyone. And let's see. If you want to show it ascending for the tier icon, you can use a right triangle instead of isosceles. Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. Cool. All right, thank you, everyone. I'll talk to you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, bye-bye.